Hello again. Welcome to a demonstration of the new prorate feature of the pay rates found in PayPak Professional 4.0. Now, first of all, let's explain why this feature was added. We're going to Records and Employees, call it the first employee, and we're going to look at the gross pay. Now, this person has regular, overtime, double time, vacation, and triple time, and there's another pay rate at the bottom here, which we want to pay some special attention to. Now, in the previous version, or the previous prior to this update, if you change the rate here, the basic rate, a prompt would come up and it would ask if you want to change the remaining rates. If you said yes, it would change all of the following rates. It would change the hourly base rates, which is overtime, double time, triple time, and the vacation, but it would also change this $5 rate. And that was not always desirable. Sometimes you want to change only certain particular rates which are linked together, the time-based rates, and leave these fixed rates alone. So this new feature fixes that, and let's go straight to showing you how it works. So we close the screen, we go to the pay rates, browse here, and let's start with the regular. Now you'll note there's a prorate checkbox here, so we turn on the prorating, set the factor as 1, and save. We go to the overtime, turn on the prorate, factor of 1.5, and save. Go to double time, prorate, a factor of 2, and save. Then we go to the triple time, prorate, a factor of 3, and save. And finally, the vacation, we prorate a factor of 1 and save. So if I refresh my browse, there's my rates. My regular, overtime, double time, triple time, and vacation. So let's go to the employee screen now and show you how to set this up. Now, go to employees, and let's call up some rates here. Gross pay. Now, this is an existing employee, so the rates are configured already. Now, there's two new columns, the prorate and the prorate factor. Now, this takes up a little bit more room on the grid. If you are not using the prorate factor, because not all customers will need it, you come to the Options tab, and you can turn off this checkbox here that shows the prorate columns, and they're gone. So if you don't need it, you turn it off. If you need it, you turn it on. At the same time, we also have the reference column, and we've added an option for that. You can hide that as well. So you can turn that off, and that's gone. So you now have just the prorate and the prorate factor. Now, what you would do is you would change the settings for the prorating. You turn on the prorating, you set the rate as 1. Now this prompt comes up when I turn this on, and you may not always want that to happen because it can be a bit annoying as you change each one, which is why we have an option here to suspend the prorating. If you're changing an existing employee, it's like you have a fan and you're repairing the fan, but you don't want to have the fan plugged in and the blade spinning while you're trying to clean it or repair it. So you suspend it, which is like plugging it out, turn it off. Then you can go to the gross pay section, and in here you can now change the ones you want. You see that prompt doesn't come up anymore. So we go to triple time. We're going to put that as a 3. We come here to vacation and we can make that a 1. I could have also come here and pulled down on the overtime and just clicked on it again and the rate will come over. I'm doing it manually though. Alright, so these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5 I wish to change. I don't want this $5 rate to be modified. Now, once I've made my changes, I can now go back to the options and turn off suspending of the prorating. And now, when I go to the gross pay, if I want to change my rates from $8 to 10, let's give this person an increase of $10. I press enter. you get the one prompt, and it says 5 prorated standard pay and benefit lines have been updated. Prorating does not apply to service charge lines. So these are the 5 lines which are ticked. I'll just move this fella out of the way, and you'll see that they've changed, and the $5 has remained unchanged. So the 10, 1.5, 15, double is $20, vacation pay has gone to 10, triple time gone to 30, but my other rate remains. I can now save this record, and we're good to go. And if I wanted to change it back for whatever reason, I can put my 8.5 in here, right? And they prorate, and the prompt comes up. Now, you can also, if you want to, turn that prompt off altogether, and it will prorate without informing you. And that's a choice for you to make. Each user can decide if you want that or not. Where that is done is, you come here to Tools, Program Options, and it says Gross Pay Prorate Prompt. So if I turn it off here and I save it, that prompt will no longer appear when I change my rates. So let's go back to the employee again, go to Gross Pay, the rate is 10, let's put it back at 8.5. Now I press enter. See, there's no prompts, but the rates have changed except for the ones which are not prorated. At any time, you can also come in and turn off these options if you want to, but if your rates are prorated, we recommend that you keep them visible so that you know you have a visual cue as to which ones are turned on. You can verify they're set correctly. Okay, so I'm going to save this record now, and that's it. The other screen which has prorating activated is the transactions and edit batch. I'm going to edit this batch here, and it works pretty much the same way. I go to Gross Pay. This is the person in question, and the prorate columns are there. Works the same way. I can go to Options, just scroll down a bit, and I can suspend the prorating or turn on and off the display of the prorate columns or the reference column, just as we can do. Just turn them off here, go to Gross Pay. As you'll see, they're hidden. If I come back to Options, they're displayed. And it also has the same suspend prorating. When you suspend the prorating, this label appears on the screen to let you know that prorating is suspended. And that's the same as in the employee screen. Okay, so that's it for the prorating feature. If you have any questions, please contact our team, and we'll be happy to answer any further questions that you have. Thanks and goodbye. Take care.